You should watch this movie, Shawnee.
But why, Nathan?
Are you asking me why should I watch? You are listening to Why Should I Watch, the podcast about movies and ideas. Hi, Shawnee.
Hello, Nathaniel.
That's not my name.
We have a world-exclusive, world record event. Why should I watch? We've got two guests on today.
We do. We have two guests, and they're staring at us, thinking how professional we are. This is like the fifth time we've started the intro.
One of our guests.
We have an old favourite from a couple of episodes ago, I believe, Chris Ferraro.
Hey, boys.
He's our expert, a resident expert on all things.
Not only is an expert on Marvel, but he's also an expert on Star Wars.
Oh, expert.
Yeah.
You're using that as a very loose term. But
Well, you got great detail. You did a lot of detail with our...
I see that's a limited edition Star Wars shirt. You're watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think it's
it.
just a Kmart shirt, actually. But
Yes.
yeah.
With Vader on it.
Exclusive. We also have a new guest today as
We
well.
do.
Who'll be joining the party.
Our good friend, Kane.
Hey, boys. How you doing?
He's Kane. You are Kane. And I like that.
Another Star Wars expert.
I'm just trying to think of how to introduce you because we have known Kane for how long, Sean? Since high school? You've known him longer than me, haven't you?
Probably just over 10 years now.
Well,
2005.
2005.
Oh, yeah, that's 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we reminisced and we got together over Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Original, of course.
So Star Wars brought you together.
Star Wars literally brought us together.
We
Is that
legally
the
distributed
original one?
episode 3 on DVD. So
That's
the story.
true.
Yeah.
Did you really? Did you make any money?
Yeah.
Our
So-
science teacher brought in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, wow.
And we
Nice.
sold it to everyone.
Yep.
So you've profited
$5.
from Star Wars.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know
Don't tell Disney. But we've got a good Star Wars past. We've always sort of kept up to date with it. And
Yeah. And we've made films together, Kane, in the past.
We
And
certainly have.
you've studied film, I believe.
Yep.
So
Many years.
You're qualified to talk about films.
I'm qualified to be on this podcast.
To be honest. But yeah. So what are we doing today? We're talking about...
Well, now that hopefully all the trailers and all the little mini videos that have come out now, we've got pretty good grounds on to make a good prediction of what's going to happen in the newest Star Wars.
That's right.
Which comes out in just less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Essentially, we'll be just going through our expectations for each character and how they'll affect the story. Because this is a big Star Wars film.
It
It's
is.
150 minutes now, which is the longest Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith. So there's plenty of grounds to see what happens
Yes.
with these characters.
And we've already done a future review on it, but you haven't been satisfied because because we did that before the big trailer. So you
Every
think
time
there's
we
more
do
that's going
one,
to talk about.
something gets updated a
All right.
week later
All right.
where we want to talk about it. So this is the final one, no more.
right.
So this
All
has to be perfect. And
Okay.
Right before the movie release.
right before
Yeah.
the movie, we've brought in the two big boys, our two friends. You know, it's a very, very steamy room right now.
It
We're
is
actually
pretty-
filming this
it's
as
pretty
usual on my bed.
Yeah, well, we're on the bed.
we're on the
and
bed.
the guests have seats. So
The guests have
We
seats.
gave up our own comfort. But we have the good mics, so...
Yeah. Thanks,
so,
guys.
No, but so are you guys excited for the film? Like, do you think it's going to... I've already said it last time, it's going to be the best Star Wars film yet. Do you think that will be the
Yeah,
case?
look, I mean, based on the hype of the trailers, it seems like it's going to tick a lot of boxes for a lot of Star Wars fans. Just the long run time alone means that a lot of story can be packed into it. So, you know,
What are these boxes you're referring to?
Yeah.
just like all the fan expectations, because everyone wants their own sort of things that they want to see from each movie. And I mean, yeah, we go back to the prequels and we sort of got this weird CGI character that no one likes, Jar Jar. But you know, in
I
terms
liked
of
him.
I didn't. Does anyone
I
like
like-
Jar Jar here?
I did.
he wasn't crucial to the story.
We're having a big prequels argument soon. We're saving up for it because it'll
Yeah,
probably
okay.
end in bloodshed.
Because Ferrara likes the prequels.
I love the prequels.
Yeah, I did.
Love's a strong word, Ferrara. You love them.
I
Kane, what do you
Yeah, I
think
love
of
them.
prequels?
I love them.
wouldn't say love.
You
it.
don't.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
You love Attack of the Clones.
I love Attack
Yeah.
of the Clones.
That was a
Revenge
much.
of the Sith, I love.
It's
Phantom
good. It's
Menace.
good.
We're turning this into the prequel
Gold.
episode.
Gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gold,
it's
man.
Sean.
It's gold.
Seems
You're
like it.
you're going down. You need to find someone that doesn't like them and can argue well.
The guys from Red Letter Media.
Yeah, all right, bring him in.
Call them down.
Fly him in. Yeah, no, but we're not talking about the great prequels. We're talking about episode 8, and I think it's gonna be the best because first of all, like Rian Johnson as a director, he did like the best episode of TV. He did Ozymandias, the Breaking Bad episode. You Breaking Bad fans? You are, aren't you?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys
I
are.
haven't
love
seen it
Breaking
yet.
Bad.
So.
Okay, it's an excellent episode of TV. I checked the other day; it's actually 9.9 now, but it was rated
10.
10.
At one
Yeah.
It had a
point.
full 10 on IMDb
Wow.
out of like 40,000 reviews, so it was like the perfect episode of TV. He also did like Looper, which is a great
Yep,
sci-fi
yep.
film.
Very good.
Amazing
Yeah.
film.
Another Kane.
And he did like another.
Yeah.
His first film was. Have you seen Brick? His
Yeah.
First, yeah.
JD.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's like everything he's done has been like great, like really high standards. So I think he's going to get this Star Wars film like
Luca was
spot on.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, old Bruce.
Yeah,
They've
he's got
a
his
bit of
like,
history
he's got his
there.
crew. Yeah.
Ryan Johnson's also been given the green light to do another trilogy, I believe, outside of the normal.
Yeah, so away from the Skywalker saga.
Yeah, so they're that happy. That's what I think, that they're that happy with the way he's worked on this film.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it's just, there's going to be something about it that's just like game changing for Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's on that J.J. Abrams level where it's just like they know he's going to perform.
Yeah.
Because J.J. Abrams was given directing rights to number 9, sorry.
Yeah.
Number 9,
Because
yes.
Colin
Trevor, he had a
Trevorrow.
massive flop this year.
Yeah, it
The
doesn't
Book of
deserve
Henry.
it.
Did you see the Book of Henry? I
No,
don't want to
I
watch
haven't
it.
seen it.
It was
What's
a
that?
massive. It was a film he released this year, and it was like
I
panned. It was like
didn't even hear
10% on
Wow.
Rotten Tomatoes. Like it lost a bunch of money, so they kicked him off.
Well, Jurassic World, as we
Yeah, well, we've done that. That started this whole
We're not going down that path.
debacle. What do you think the plot's going to be? Like, do you think it's going to be like, you know how Episode 7 was like Episode 4 kind of like they do the Death Star?
Bit
Do you
of a
think
soft
Episode
reboot.
8 is going to be like Episode 5 where it's like the training montage on a distant planet, blah, blah, blah?
Well, see, the difference here is that Episode 5, Luke, he didn't start off training. He was guided towards the training, whereas in Episode 8, we've got Rey already there, ready to start her training from the get-go. So yes and no. Like, it might be similar, but it's definitely going to be different.
Yeah.
Not the same. Like it was with
Yeah.
episode 1, Episode 4, and Episode 7.
Well, but at the start of Episode 5, he got, besides the whole Hoth and the monster thing, where, he had to like cut his way out and hit his face or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they did that because he was in a car accident. Mark Hamill was
really?
in a car accident between Episode 4 and 5, and they had to justify why his face looked different.
Okay.
And that's why, like, you see him in interviews, he's like got a droopy sort of a
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau type
Actually, I
face.
didn't know that.
And that's why I think they had to add a few scenes at the start to like explain all that. But then doesn't Luke basically just come to him in Episode 5 and say you need to go to like Dagobah?
That's
Obi-Wan tells him.
Obi-Wan,
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, Rey's already.
Rey's already there.
Rey's
It's
But,
that cliffhanger.
but it could still be the same idea where like Luke's teaching her the ways of the Force and
We know that from the trailers
it's-
already.
Yeah, I know, but
Like
like
how long it'll go on for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Another
Like,
thing
is it going to
that
be just
Luke,
that?
Luke never really used the Force in Episode 4. Like, he sort of did, but it was only, it was very minuscule in comparison.
He wasn't
to-
controlling it.
in the way to Rey uses it in Episode 7.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
she actually uses mind tricks and all
Yeah.
that. Like, it's
Yeah.
very, very different levels.
Luke was
of
more of
Force
like a
usage.
concentration.
Yeah, he
sort of
was
thing.
just trying to focus on a spot, whereas Rey actually took control of someone's mind. So like because at the start of Episode 5, that's when Luke starts to actually experiment with his Force powers, where he needs to get the lightsaber to free himself.
Yeah.
Rey somehow already has a lot more experience under her belt, even though she's probably got less knowledge about the Jedi than Luke did at that point.
What's the first moment she uses her Force powers? Was it when she's being interrogated by Kylo?
The very first moment, I'm trying to
Blocks him out.
That's the first big one, I think. But
Is that before or after she grabbed the lightsaber? Because that lightsaber seemed to like change, down at Maz Kanata's.
yeah,
Palace.
so when she picked up the lightsaber,
Yeah.
that was before
Yeah.
the Kylo.
Yeah, see, I think that's sort of awoken something. Like, the Force
That-
Awakens.
that
that
sort
sort
of-
of brought something
Yeah.
out in her when she got the
Yeah.
visions. And this is the thing. The other thing with Rey is the mystery about who her parents and ancestry is.
Yes.
And a lot of people are saying that she's a Kenobi because like she's got a British accent.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories.
And then like you could hear his voice in the things.
Yeah.
And she's sort of got that lineage. What do you guys think? Do you think it even matters, or is it like
It
just something they're trying to do to promote the film?
I think it's sort of like the teacher becomes the taught sort of scenario, because Luke was taught by Obi-Wan. Now Luke has the chance to teach Obi-Wan's child, sort of thing. They might be going for that sort of angle.
Yeah.
There is a chance that Obi-Wan could have had a child, because if you go back into the the cartoon series, there's actually a little bit of a love
he has
tension
like
between Obi-Wan and another character. So.
Okay. And is that character like, because Laura Dern's in this one, and she was in like Jurassic Park.
She's like the purple violet lady. I don't know her name yet. She's got like purplish hair.
Yeah, she's
purple dress.
And I think she plays like a rebel. She was in the Rebel Alliance back in the day. And I mean, I know like she's like in her 50s now as an actress. So, and Obi-Wan would have been, because he was like, was he meant to be 60 in the original trilogy?
I'm not sure.
So like another 20 years. So
Well,
like,
that means
let's say he's
the
like
Laura Dern
maybe 8.
character would have been a kid. Back in the
That's kind of creepy.
Empire.
No, but if she's like 50, she could have been 20 because it was 20 years ago.
But then
But
Alec
Obi-Wan,
Guinness
yeah,
was in his
that won't
60s,
work with
double
it.
the 20-year-old.
Because my theory is that Laura Dern's going to be Rey's mother, and she was like in the Rebel.
Unless she's an alien that's kind of like a human, but she's really old. You know,
Yeah, I
like
know.
one of those
Oh,
weird
yeah, that she's older than
humanoid
she is,
things.
yeah.
or-
Because based on what
Yeah.
I was saying about the whole cartoon, there's a Mandalorian character
Yeah.
in the cartoons that Obi-Wan has this sort of
Yeah. Yeah.
weird love tension
Yeah.
thing going on with at some stage. So that there's, you know, I don't know if they're going to bring that into the main movie canon, but it's
Yeah.
well, I'm pretty sure. Is the Clone Wars considered the
I think,
canon, the actual cartoon?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Is
just
it?
the cartoon, but a lot of the comics aren't.
Yeah,
And there's like novels and comics and stuff. I think they're all being thrown out.
yeah. So there's like nothing might have come of that because they don't show anything
Yeah.
in the cartoons along those lines. There's just sort of a hint of it.
Yeah.
But
What do you
yeah,
think, Kaney? Do you think Ray's a Skywalker?
No.
A lot of people are thinking that.
You think that's too obvious?
Yeah, I
It's
think
too easy. Yeah.
because the other quote that they're like really leaning on in the marketing is like, "It's not going to go the way you think," like Luke's line.
Yeah,
Exactly
So,
right.
but do you think that might even mean that she'll turn to the dark side, or Luke will turn to the dark side? Because I would not want to see Luke go to the dark side. I think that would ruin the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
That would be worse than what the prequels did for the original trilogy.
Yeah,
Because the prequels did do a few things that were like, you know, not great for the originals.
Agreed.
I will admit that.
Agreed.
But I think it would completely ruin the originals if Luke, at the end of his life, goes bad. Like, I think that would just be the worst.
Exactly
thing.
right. 100%. But I feel like they will go for it. They'll change everything.
Something.
Like, because everyone said Force Awakens was so safe.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no,
Mm.
we're
Yeah,
going to do
they've
this.
got
We're
it.
Because it
gonna,
was such a soft reboot.
yeah, knock off Leia, knock off Luke,
Yeah.
Really?
probably get rid of Finn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just,
You reckon
just,
they'll-
just
yeah,
go
massive
for it.
change?
Yeah, they're going to just change it all up.
Wow.
Don't blow your mind.
Holy
See,
cow.
there's the chance that they'll just because the title is The Last Jedi, so
Yeah.
there's also a chance that Luke isn't training Rey to be a Jedi. He's just training her to take care of herself and be able to harness
okay.
her
That's
power.
pretty cool.
Because there's something known as Grey Jedi,
Okay.
which are not light, not dark. They're just
is
they're
that kind of
neutral.
like Mace Windu with his purple lightsaber?
Not
different?
exactly,
Okay.
because he is still a Jedi.
Yeah, right.
Whereas a Grey Jedi is something between dark and light. They're just
Okay.
they're a
Yeah.
neutral force.
Is
right?
that like the character from Rogue One, played by Donnie Yen? Remember, he's blind. He's kind of like a Force
yeah,
sentinel.
sort of. Yeah,
He
sort
doesn't
of.
really have a path, but he's just one with the Force.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So it's not, but he is a guardian for the Jedi temples.
Oh, okay.
So I
So he
believe he would be
kind of
more
has an
towards the
alliance?
Jedi. It's better explained once again, referring to the cartoons. There's a Grey Jedi in the Rebels series.
Okay.
You meet some Grey Jedi in. They are again in a Jedi temple, but they're not.
A part of it, like
They're not enforcing the light or the dark. They're just there to exist. And
Yeah.
even there's force sensitive creatures in the Star Wars universe. They are considered more to the grey side than light or dark. There's so much depth in the cartoons that if you
Yeah.
watch them and you learn so much more about the whole universe.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's the potential that this story could be going towards Rey being a Grey Jedi, whereas Luke is trying
Okay.
to end the whole
Okay.
light-dark fight with him by no more Jedi.
Yeah, because is the theory, because, you know, like the whole point of episode 7, the plot was to find Luke, and they finally found him right at the end.
Yes.
So is the point of this is like that Luke has exiled himself because he feels guilt over the Knights of Ren, like what happened with Kylo Ren killing, you know, like he killed the Knights of Ren or whatever. Or is
Well,
it the
that-
Knights of Ren killed his Jedi school or whatever it was?
Well,
Because he was
that's-
doing a temple, like
the
a
point.
Jedi.
The point was he went into exile because he believed he failed.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, and the
Yeah,
guilt of
so-
that he didn't want to like show his
Yeah,
face.
so he believed he'd failed, so he didn't deserve to exist in the
Yeah.
in the wider universe, the wider galaxy.
Okay.
So and because the Knights of Ren, that was all Snoke, Commander Snoke. So
Yeah.
he's manipulated them to
Yeah.
this order, which they're technically not Sith. So I'm sort of
Yeah, it's like a new like the first
so
order.
they
Yeah.
could potentially call themselves Grey Jedi as well, but at the
Okay.
same time they're more leaning towards dark.
Well, they are the dark. Yeah, they're the dark
Yeah,
because they
but-
want like tyranny and like
Yeah.
They,
So,
they
so
want control.
I'm sort of I'm in a bit of a grey area myself about how that all sort of plays out.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we'll get more of an
Who-
explanation in the new.
who is Snoke, Kaney?
Who's Snow?
Who is
Snoke?
Snoke? Is he Mace Windu?
Nah,
Is he-
I've got no
Is
idea.
he is
I've
he
got no
Darth
idea.
Plagueis?
Oh, there's so many.
Or is he
No.
just like, I just think it's better. He is just his own character.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Um,
There's no point in bringing him back
yeah,
as someone
Ancient
else.
Sith or something.
Exactly right.
I will
Yeah,
admit
time
for
ago.
our listeners, Sean and I did attempt a second like future review, but it was the audio. We had a lot of audio issues with the new mics, so it didn't get on. But what I said was like there was this thing that I can't remember where I read it, but they were saying that Snoke is kind of like a Voldemort type character where he's like thousands of years old, or like he's from a darker time, like an earlier time, and he would like feed off the souls of the Force. So a Force sensitive being would give him like energy, and he would like suck the Force out of them, kind of like a Dementor as well.
Right.
And so he's been lying dormant for a long time, and even possibly through like the prequels and original trilogy. And that's where it's like the Force Awakens title is like that sort of brought Snoke back to power, and that's why he looks all decrepit, because he hasn't sucked the Force out of someone for a long time, or he's trying to like rebuild his like power from.
But what
years
you have
ago.
to remember is there's a bigger point to it. Snoke is trying to destroy the Jedi.
Yes.
So there's got to be some sort of back reason for that. So he must be a character with some relation to Luke somewhere along the line, because Luke's been the only Jedi for how many years is it between the movies? 30 years, is it?
30 or so years,
So he's been the only Jedi for 30 years, and there was no mention of Snoke in any of the prequels, the original trilogy, nothing. So he's just sort of come out of nowhere. So there must be some sort of relation there somewhere that we've missed. Or something that's happened in between the movies.
I think that's what this theory like puts forward, is that like Snoke's been lying dormant. He's like, like Voldemort in the Harry Potter series was in like the forest.
Yes.
He's just hiding in the forest, and that explains why he wasn't there in the first few books. That he was just like waiting. And then the Force Awoken with Rey, like the whole circumstances of Rey coming across, Han Solo and Leia in Force Awakens, and then everything getting going again.
Snoke was there before.
I know that. Yeah. So you got a good point there. With like
sort
the
of
Jedi Academy.
yeah,
But maybe it's something to do with Kylo Ren then.
Or maybe more to do with Luke, when Luke.
Yeah, possibly.
Because the Jedi were all but wiped out, and then we've got Luke, this new. We wipe out the dark side, and then all of a sudden there's this weird, reaction where all of a sudden the Force is balanced again. So the shift in balance of the Force might have been what triggers.
Yeah.
Snoke to wake up, or so do you think? Would you be annoyed if Snoke was Plagueis? If they tied that in from the prequels?
Well, Plagueis is supposed to be dead because Palpatine, being his apprentice, overtook that and killed him.
Well, that's the thing then. So what about?
So we're told.
Yeah.
I mean, Plagueis could bring people back to life or stop people from dying.
Yes.
So could he have been so powerful that he could stop himself from dying? Go back to your theory.
If you've been killed, you can't save yourself. Like if you're already dead, you're dead. You get.
So we've been told.
But then again, in saying that, we've got these Force ghosts.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you got Obi-Wan the ghost, Yoda the ghost. They're Force, projections basically. So in saying that, there is a potential afterlife sort of ability to manipulate the Force still, because I'm guessing that's kind of what they're doing to be able to project themselves.
Yeah.
So.
There
could be plausibility behind all these things.
Well, yeah, and Hayden Christensen's supposed to be in this one as well. So
Kane's favorite,
and so is Ewan McGregor. I think.
Kane's favorite actor. Do you think Hayden will be in the film?
No.
Well, he said he is. He said he is. It might just be his voice.
It'll be a line, He'll say something.
A line, something off screen, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be other Jedi in the film, like Yoda, and then we'll get we might get Ewan McGregor, or do you think?
I think Ewan McGregor said he is in it too. Yeah, but it'll probably just be another Obi-Wan line.
Well, he had a line in Force Awakens.
Well, the other thing I want to know is what is the big conflict going to be towards the end? Like, is it going to be? What did I say? It'll probably be Luke and Snoke this episode. Like Luke and Snoke will show down, and then it'll be Rey and Kylo again.
I think it'll be
in
episode 9.
I feel like the final episode is where Luke will actually come out to fight, because if you're looking at the trailers, Luke is almost overpowered in one scene. He's just sort of lying there, and he's when he says that line, "This isn't going to go how you think." So. And then it sort of flashes to a scene of Rey. So Rey's standing there in the rain, Luke's lying on the ground. They're sort of implying something where Rey might turn on Luke.
To stop her, because we see there's a scene. I think she's running, or she's like running in the rain or something. She might be she's fighting in the rain. So maybe Luke's trying to stop her, or
well, Kane just said that you said you think Luke's going to get killed and Leia. Do you mean this episode? Like, do you think they're going to kill both of them off?
Maybe they're probably later this one.
Yeah, because they did say after, they're going to try not putting Carrie Fisher in episode 9.
Yeah, well, that was because the unfortunate part.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I think they had plans to have her in episode 9.
Well, so do you think that trailer moment where Kylo's, considering, detonating the bombs and killing her, think he'll do that?
Well, because...
it'll be a different way?
I think it's an obvious
it's too
kind
big.
of
It's too big to show on the trailer,
Yeah.
You won't do it.
Interesting. So you'll pull back, or...
It'll just be Snoke that'll kill.
I suppose they did... They kept the Han scene very, very tight-lipped and very, very secret. No one knew it was coming until the movie shows. So they wouldn't reveal it so easily if that was going to happen again.
Yeah. Snoke killing Leia is a good one, Kane. I really like that.
But I want to know if that happens though, because Snoke's been in episode 7 was in his lair, hidden away and seen as a hologram, and apparently he's 7 foot tall. That's what they're saying. He's not a tiny little thing, or he's not a huge monster.
Huge monster. He's
just like
visibly-
he's just quite
he's
taller.
doing something to Ray. Ray's like screaming and shaking.
Yeah, so
Do you think-
Ray comes face to face with Snoke at some
Yeah.
stage in the movie.
But if he kills Leia, then maybe they all do. Maybe like the group of them go out there.
Yeah,
Do you
so
think-
Because that's where
the First Order might capture a significant group of the Resistance because
Maybe.
there's again I think you were about to say that scene where Finn is fighting
Yeah,
Captain Phasma.
well, I was going to
So
say we haven't talked about Finn or Poe or
Yeah.
Phasma, but that's why I reckon that there's going to be like a Poe and Phasma or a Finn and Phasma like showdown. Probably Finn and Phasma
Yeah.
because
there is a Finn and Phasma showdown.
Yeah.
That's been shown in the trailer. So they have a
yeah.
massive fight
yeah,
at some stage in the movie. But
because she kind of raised him, didn't she? That was like implied in the whole
she is
story that he
the-
broke out from the
yeah,
order.
she
Commander.
is the leader of the First Order troops.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's basically taking control of the training of all of those troops.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
So he must hate her like for keeping him locked up.
effectively, yeah. Like he has that one moment in Episode 7 where he goes, who's in charge now? Who's in charge now? And that's he's sort of I've got the upper hand now.
I think
you can't boss me around.
just a little prediction that's come into my mind just then when you said that. So Snoke will kill Leia. I think you know that assault that we see. There's like these gorilla AT. I don't know what the name's AT Harambe or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like a red planet and they're attacking. I think Leia's on that planet, and
Okay.
I think the assault they'll win and they'll like defeat the rebels. Like Poe's ship will be blown up and they'll take Leia. And then Snoke, as you said, if he is someone who thrives on Force powers, Leia technically has the
she
Force
does it
with
too.
her.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
So with Snoke killing Leia, that's also another kind of like
Because that would give
getting
him,
out the
that would
old
give him more
generation.
power for Episode 9.
So in saying that, that's almost a direct replay of Episode 5.
Well, yeah.
So,
Kind of. Well, yeah, getting
sort
captured.
of.
Yeah,
It's not-
like Han
not-
getting captured.
Not so much of a trap.
Well,
No,
because
it's more just-
because on Hoth they come down on Hoth, they bring the walkers and they assault the base.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it
is
looks
actually.
like already.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's a direct. I don't think that'll be at the start of the film though. I think that'll be
You reckon they'll
midway?
put it a bit later.
And then Kylo might betray Snoke for killing Leia.
Yep.
I think that kind of
That's
you
actually
reckon
that actually
Kane?
makes
You
a
think
lot. That actually
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
either he'll sacrifice
do you
himself
think-
or kill Snoke.
So maybe that scene where Leia's in the ship and Ben or Kylo's considering killing her. Maybe he doesn't, but he captures her
Maybe.
instead. Captures her, brings her to Snoke, then feels so guilty that he flips to the good side.
Snoke might be like, either you bring her to me or you kill her. Because either way, he's kind of
That would
destroying
be awesome.
Leia.
Then Episode 9 would be Kylo and Rey teaming up against Snoke.
Yep.
What if
That
there's
That would be
reckon?
pretty cool.
what if
it.
there's another twist? What
That
if
could be cool.
What if Kylo realizes he's in the wrong, swaps to the good side,
Yeah.
but Rey becomes
Swaps to the
Snake.
back.
Snoke's new apprentice?
That would be interesting.
Because-
I get it, but I still don't see that happening.
Yeah.
That would be that would change. I mean, especially if she's like a Kenobi or a
Disney's not going to do
Skywalker.
that.
Yeah.
I can't see.
It's-
It's too Hollywood's too strong. The grip of,
It's interesting though,
of
because
having your main character being a hero. Because imagine all the little girls thinking like it's okay to turn to the dark side. You know,
Yeah.
like I just can't see that. Can you see that happening?
No, it won't happen.
But
Won't happen.
but that's that one scene where Rey's obviously being tortured. Like, what influence could that have like on her? I mean, yeah, it might.
Well, there's also a
it's
scene
a
where,
shame to
where
think about.
she's saying, I need someone to show me my
Yes,
place.
I
in
was
all
just
this.
about to mention
Yeah.
it.
And they imply that it's her talking to Kylo.
But people have said the lighting's different because it's like fire. The fire's
Yeah.
flickering on Kylo.
But that's
It's lighting
the
it.
implication is there. So I know they play those tricks with trailers all the times. But who is she talking to then? That's the question.
Yeah.
I actually think it's the same scene. Like, because the lighting doesn't look that different if you look at it.
Well,
I think
I'm
she's
looking
talking to Kylo.
in the background. The
Yeah.
backgrounds look very similar. Like
Yeah.
the lighting might be different, but the
Yeah.
background, like the yellowy color, it looks
I think
very
it's
similar.
Luke.
Do we know
she's
where,
talking
like,
to.
was the thing that Snoke's projection in Episode 7? Where was he physically? On a different planet, or on...
He would be on a different planet in the base where he is in the new movie.
See, I think that's like some kind of volcanic, like a Mustafar type planet, and that scene between Rey and Kylo, even if it's not them talking at that time, that's where they are. Rey and Kylo, and maybe even Leia and all that, end up on Snoke's planet.
Yeah, okay.
And
That
there's
could be
some
the
kind of
same, the
showdown.
same red planet that Shaun mentioned.
That would be awesome if Leia got killed by Snoke, and then that makes them all team up.
It would be
Do you
like
think
a
Luke
choice
would?
thing.
Do you think Luke could survive that though? Or maybe Luke stays on his planet and lets Rey go.
I feel like Luke's gonna be real scared this one. He seems scared. Like he just
Yeah,
don't
he
want to.
seems
He's
like
hiding
like he's
because he doesn't want to
broken
deal
to
with
it.
this. He's like,
He's,
nah.
he's
And
got that line of, I've seen this raw power only once before, and if I wasn't scared of it then, I certainly am now.
Yeah.
I have a little thing as well. Do you think when he was referring to this power
Oh,
before,
I'm excited, boys.
do you think
It's
he's
so
referring
exciting.
to Kylo or Darth Vader previously?
Or even Snoke.
or even Snoke.
Because there's a chance that Snoke could have also been an apprentice.
Yeah,
I think he's referring to Darth Vader.
I just thought as well, because maybe if Kylo meets Luke again in this episode, because you know how Kylo idolizes Darth Vader,
Yes.
and Darth Vader's ultimate thing was he turned good.
Yes.
So that might actually be a thing. It's like, oh, my hero turned good himself towards the end of his life.
That's
That
true.
would explain Kylo going to the bright side.
That would.
And that would be a thing that doesn't go the way, because to turn a bad character good, like halfway through the series, that would be.
Well, he's always
Yeah.
conflicted. Like Kylo,
Yeah,
it
'cause he
seems a bit.
Even if he does go good though, there's a chance that the light side might, like the good guys might not accept him straight away.
That's true, yeah, because he
because he's done
Han,
so
yeah.
much,
Yeah.
you know, to you know.
So maybe episode 9, like the start of 9, is him like maybe like I don't know, proving himself
Regretting
or
it
something.
or
Yeah.
sort of questioning Snoke.
You look excited for as you came in and said you're excited for this film. Do you think it's going to be the best Star Wars film?
I think so. It's going to be so different. It's going to blow everyone's mind.
Is that
Yeah.
just because the director is Ryan Johnson and it's
No.
we know what he's capable of, or do you think it's just
That as well, but I think they're just going to go for it this one. Everyone said it was so safe, that Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, they're just going to be like, here it
What do
is,
you-
you know?
what-
Yeah.
we haven't mentioned your favorite actor, John Boyega, Finn.
You
Oh,
just
yes.
said Harry Christensen was his favourite actor.
Yeah,
It's on
that's in
tape.
the prequels.
It's on
That's-
tape.
no, it's
Every
not-
character,
you're
every
saying-
character is
yeah,
his favorite.
Sorry,
character.
okay. Well, you said
Yeah.
favourite actor. Okay.
What do you think will happen to Finn? Because we haven't discussed him much.
Yeah, we
know
haven't
he's in
discussed
hibernation.
these subplots.
He wakes up.
It will start with him, I think. The film will start with him
Okay.
getting rushed around. You know how the place is kind of like blowing up?
Yes, yeah.
It'll be something like that
Okay.
with him getting rushed
you
around
think-
in his pod.
Because he sneaks. We saw this as one of the Black Series toys.
Yes.
That he is in a
Yes, he-
Imperial
Imperial,
spy
yeah.
outfit.
He infiltrates. Yes.
So why do you think he is infiltrating again back into the New Order, guys? What do you think? Is it to save someone or just to face Phasma?
Or maybe it's because the base has been destroyed and that's their way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, it might be the showdown with Phasma. He might not be there by choice.
Yeah, he might be.
He might be trying to get out, not trying to get in.
That's a good
If
point.
he gets captured.
What do you
Because
think?
Phasma's
Dan?
probably like, he put her down at a garbage disposal.
That's
So she's probably going to want to get revenge on
Yes.
him.
Oh, yeah,
The other thing is
Phasma.
they're definitely not going to do another like Death Star type thing, because that would just be too comical.
Yeah.
They've done
Sick
too
of
many
that.
of them.
Sick of the Death
So it
Star.
won't be. But I reckon like the destination instead of Death Star will just be like the planet that Snoke's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snoke's home planet or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's of course there's the small, I don't know her name, the Asian girl, and
Yeah.
I think his name's DJ by El Datar.
Oh,
you know his name?
no, not Benicio
El-
del Toro.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're two new minor characters that
Yeah.
are coming in. What do you think their roles will be? That's
I don't
a
care.
groan from Kane.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Why don't you-
he'll be just some
Yeah.
kind of rebel like subplot thing that Poe
Yeah.
has to kill or
Gets them
something.
from
yeah.
like B to C.
He wasn't even on
so
the
they go on.
promotional interview
No,
when they had the
no,
whole
no.
cast. Yeah. No.
They're just
Sick
other
of them.
characters.
Exactly right.
What about
They
the
can
porg?
throw in there.
We have to get the porg in there quickly. Okay, moving on.
No,
What about those little ice foxes? Did you
Let's
see
talk,
those ice foxes?
Yeah, they look
let's
interesting.
not beat around the bush now.
Okay.
Let's talk about Porgs. Porgs are the most marketing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, aren't they? That's
They're not
Yeah,
gonna
but
do
they'll probably sell a
anything-
billion of them, and
Yeah,
there you go.
I
the
bought a
cute,
billion of
cute
them.
soft
Yeah.
and cuddly thing to
I meant to
for
say
little
million,
kids to
Kane's
come
already
into.
bought 5
Yeah,
Porg
5 Porgs.
plushies.
I have
Yep.
it, actually.
Yeah,
It's
why not?
working.
Can I have one?
Yeah, right.
I'll go buy it. I'll buy my own. I'll buy my own.
Yeah,
What do you do with them?
You just look at him
Okay.
and just go,
Do you-
what are you
do
going to do in the
Do
film?
they squeal?
Do you think it'll be one of those things where one Porg will stand out or look cute and it'll follow them on to the Millennium Falcon and they're kind
Well,
of
there's
stuck
also an
with this
evil
little bird?
BB-8, isn't there? There's going to be an evil BB-8.
it's like a black one?
Yeah,
yeah.
black one, yeah.
Why is the black one always evil?
Why?
Thanks,
Kylo's
Hollywood.
droid.
Kylo's droid and
Yeah.
they have
Is it?
a
Yeah.
droid battle
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, there's so many minor sub characters and subplots because I don't even know what Poe's going to do in this film unless he drives them there to the
yeah.
planet.
What is
you
it?
know?
Hard.
He's
He's
got a
gonna kill
special.
it.
He's got a
You reckon?
special
He's going
speeder.
to
at
do
one
so
stage.
good. Everyone loved those two.
Yes.
I know I do. I thought those two. The
Well,
best shot in
Yeah,
that film
because
is
they
when
needed some younger
Yes. Yeah.
they needed some more younger badass characters. I think that's what especially the prequels. The younger characters were like Padme and Anakin, and they were sort of just whiny, awkward teenagers. They want some more younger characters that are more like confident with
Yeah.
themselves. Because even Rey, like she was probably like the least confident character, but her growth just through that one
Yeah, it was huge.
that
Well,
one
the
episode.
the confidence we got from Poe in the opening scene.
Yeah,
of episode
yeah.
7,
And he's like a killer
Yeah.
pilot. Yeah.
He's put down in front of Kylo, and he's
Yeah.
just like he's just taking a joke. He's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
do you talk first? Do I talk first?
Yeah,
How do we do?
he's
it? You know,
great.
he's just taking the piss out of it. So he's just
Yeah.
he's he knows what he can get away with.
Yeah, and that's what I think will probably make this one of like the best Star Wars film too. Is like every little element, even if it's like minor, will be like at least worthy. Like even the Porgs, if they don't have a massive role, they'll just be like worth, they'll just
How
add
are
to
they
the film.
grown?
Whatever,
How are they
Sean.
going to add to the film? How are the porgs
Let's wait for the
gonna add?
prequels episode.
Come on.
It'll be one of
Sean
those.
always gets outvoted.
It'll be
This
one
is
of
why
those
we-
little
this is
things
why we do
where
this.
the people are struggling to look for something and the porg finds it and hands it to them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
my God. They'll be trapped in a cell. It has to go through
like-
the thing and get the keys.
Deus
It's
Ex Machina?
the Groot
Deus
scenario.
Porg Machina.
Deus
They'll
Porg
save
Machina.
the day. The Porg will
I
save
think
the day.
Porg-
Well, you know that
Stupid.
shot in the trailer where it's Chewie and the Porg?
Yeah.
Do you think the
Chewie
Porg's
waxing out of the way.
replaced Han Solo? So he's going to
It's
be the
the
new
new
Han Solo
pilot.
character?
Han Solo's soul is going
Yeah,
to a
he's
Porg.
going to a Porg, yeah.
Yeah, well, that Porg showed emotion though, so probably
It
not.
did, yeah.
No,
All right, let's start wrapping this up, boys. Yeah, I'm glad you got that joke. Yeah, let's start wrapping this up. So, what do you think? Let's just do because it's like a future review. What do you think? What would you give it out of 5 stars?
Yeah.
Things you really want to see.
An
wanna see.
IMDb score, if
Yeah.
possible.
Right. So if it's going to be like The Force Awakens, straight away we'll get like a 10 out of 10. And
Okay.
then
5 stars.
the year after it would be like a
Burn
2 to 2 or something. Everyone hates it now.
Oh, like they've thought about it and gone.
Yeah,
oh,
they'll always hate
Depending on what
this.
happens.
I'm gonna go.
Oh.
I'm gonna go 4.5 stars, and I reckon it will. I think you're gonna be right. It will cross 2 billion again.
I
in box
think
office.
it won't hit as
Yeah.
high as Avatar, but it'll beat Titanic.
Yeah. So
Because
between
Force Awakens was only about 40,000 off Titanic, 100,000 off. So
with
close.
with inflation though, because
Ooh,
Titanic
not
I think
too
it's 2.1 or 2 point something like
I think
that.
with inflation, yeah, it'll. But I think
And
ratings
Avatar's
wise,
2.8 or
IMDb
something.
score,
Yeah.
it'll get a. I'm gonna say.
He always goes about the IMDb scores.
Yeah, it's the
They-
most
they're
important
so
thing.
biased.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's more
It's the
important than the
most important
film.
But
I give
IMDb's are so biased because if someone really hates it, they'll give it a 1. If someone loves it, they give it a 10. There's no moderation.
I'll give it an
That's what I love about
8.8.
8.8. Okay.
8.8.
So that's 4.5 stars.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say 4.5. What do you guys think?
I could
Is it
agree
gonna
with
be
the
a
4.5
flop?
stars because it's hard to give something a perfect 5.
It is. Yeah. It would have to tick every single box.
Yeah, absolutely,
and
but yeah,
I don't think any film really has.
I reckon a 4.5 star.
Yeah.
That just
Yeah, we're agreed.
seems like it would fit.
Beautiful.
Is there anything just last question? Anything that if there was in the film would just make it lose value straight away? Let's say Luke turning to the dark side. For me, if Luke turns to the dark side, that's the film's lost it for me.
Luke turning to the dark side would ruin it for me because the whole point of the original trilogy was Luke overcoming the dark side.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to just throw that away in the new movie would just ruin it.
Anything for you, Kaney?
What do you think?
It'd probably be about Luke, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's always about Luke.
Well, because he was like the
Stuffs
hero.
it.
Yeah, he was like
Exactly
the hero
right.
of the thing. And if they just turn him dark, or even if they kill him off this episode, I think that would be he's got to get to 9. Yeah.
Okay, what do you
Probably-
think when he says the Jedi have to end? Do you think Luke might just try and? Do you think Luke will become a little bit of a grey Jedi and just sort of shut everything down,
Yeah.
end it all?
I like that idea.
What do you think he'll try and do? The Jedi have to end.
I think he'll fight with Snoke. I just get this feeling he's going to fight with Snoke this episode.
I don't think he's strong enough though. I think he's lost
Really?
it.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I think
he's
he's
become
lost
a bit
his way
weaker?
now. I think he's like the way he's so scared because he's like I'm a bit
Yeah.
over
like
it.
a
You
bit
know?
of a Yoda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like, I
okay.
can't do it anymore. You know.
But yeah, Yoda died of old age in the end of 5.
Yeah,
so
and
if
so
they
will
Luke.
recreate. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Well,
it. Let's
we'll
wrap this up.
we'll have our review soon.
Yeah, we will. We'll
Force
bring you boys
Awakens?
back if you want to come back.
5
Thanks
stars.
for coming on.
5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars.
And what we'll do, we'll get some of the audio from our predictions and see if we were accurate. Yeah.
Hopefully, well, see
Okay.
you then, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for coming on.
No worries. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
that's
us.
good.
Yeah, many more to come.
Porgs.
Star Wars. Why Should I Watch is a Skinny White Boy production. For more information, visit www.skinnywhiteboy.com.